You're walking home alone on a winter night in Tokyo when a woman in a surgical mask approaches through the fog. "Am I beautiful?" she asks softly. Your answer will determine if you live, die, or face something worse than death. The Kuchisake-onna forces you into a terrifying choice with no correct answer. Tonight, you'll experience Japan's most feared urban legend firsthand and learn the forgotten rituals that might save your life when faced with the Slit-Mouthed Woman. What if I told you that right now, as you listen to this, someone in Japan is walking home alone, about to face the same terrifying choice you're about to experience? The surgical mask covering half her face isn't unusual. Many Japanese wear them during cold season. But something about her eyes makes your skin crawl as she approaches through the quiet streets of Tokyo. A thin layer of fog hangs in the air, dancing beneath the glow of streetlights. Her footsteps barely audible on the wet pavement. "Watashi, kirei?" she asks in a voice that sounds like wind through dead leaves. "Am I beautiful?" Your mind races. You've heard the stories but never believed them. Now, in this moment, you must make a choice that will determine your fate. Behind her question lurks a history stained with tragedy and vengeance. The tale of Kuchisake-onna originates in Japan's Edo period, where stories told of a samurai's wife whose beauty led to infidelity. Her husband, in a fit of rage, slashed her mouth from ear to ear, asking, "Who will think you're beautiful now?" In those times, beauty represented moral character and social status. Her disfigurement became a violent erasure of her identity, her face forever marked by the scars of patriarchal judgment, much like the invisible wounds that beauty standards inflict today. The legend transformed into widespread terror in December 1978, when the Gifu Daily newspaper reported a chilling encounter. An elderly woman claimed to have met Kuchisake-onna and was so terrified that she collapsed. The story exploded into national consciousness when Shukan Asahi magazine featured it, igniting mass hysteria across Japan. This collective fear manifested in tangible responses. Schools throughout the country arranged special escorts for children. Police departments increased neighborhood patrols. Parents whispered warnings to their children. A society known for its order and composure found itself gripped by primal terror as everyday walks home transformed into potential deadly encounters. Tension builds as you stand frozen before her. Your pulse hammers in your ears as you weigh your options. Answer, no, and she'll kill you with her scissors. Answer yes, and she removes her mask to reveal her grotesque split mouth before asking again. How about now? The impossibility of escape mirrors Japanese social conformity, where honesty brings punishment, but deception proves equally fatal. Your mind frantically searches for the escape methods whispered in schoolyards. In the chilling silence, you scramble to remember, would answering, "You're just average," confuse her enough to create precious seconds to flee? Or should you toss the coins jingling in your pocket? The Fukuoka method, said to break her concentration. Some believe showing her a block of tofu works, its stark whiteness triggering something in her tortured psyche. Other desperate measures flash through your mind, repeating pomade or niniku, garlic, 3 times, wearing something yellow or mentioning blood type O. Folk remedies against supernatural terror that reveal our desperate need for control when facing the uncontrollable. The horror of Kuchisake-onna reaches beyond physical appearance. She embodies cultural anxieties surrounding beauty standards in modern Japan, where cosmetic surgery and extreme beauty ideals exert tremendous pressure. Her slashed mouth represents the violent consequence of failing to meet these ideals, a punishment inflicted on her very humanity. This terrifying encounter forces you to confront not just a vengeful spirit, but the cultural shadows she represents. The pressure to maintain appearances at all costs, the consequences of honesty in a society that values harmony over truth, and the steep price exacted for beauty that fails to conform. Your heart pounds in your chest as you prepare to answer her question, knowing that what happens next will determine whether you become another victim or one of the few who survived an encounter with Japan's most feared urban legend. What began as whispered stories among Japanese schoolchildren has transformed into a cultural phenomenon that transcends generations. Her terrifying allure has leaped from whispered schoolyard legends into film and television, with her surgical mask and grotesque smile becoming iconic in Japanese horror. From anime series to international shows like Constantine, she brings her impossible question to viewers worldwide. Her torn visage serves as a mirror to our hidden insecurities. In her disfigured face, we see our deepest fears of rejection and judgment reflected back at us. Her questions embody the impossible standards society places upon us all. As night deepens, her legend continues to evolve, waiting patiently at the intersection of beauty and horror in our shared cultural consciousness.